Hello. Am I live? I believe I am live. Yes. Cool. Alright, what did I say before? Did I do No, not... I do Honkai Impact, or... Woa? Yeah, I completely forgot about the Escoffier stuff, so, kinda have to do that. So, that is what I will do. I don't know how long the quest will be. I warped in range. I think Paimon said something to the effect like, "Oh wow, is that Navia?" I think that was accurate. Wait, Navia. Look at her.
Navia, what you up to?
She's got her shades on.
Shh.
She's so nice that she's voiced. I remember checking Navia's about line about Escoffier to see if she was voiced, and I was like, yes, she's voiced. Why the secrecy?
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel de Boer name!
Oh. Okay, Miss Ramsey, what the fuck?
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise. Why is she so aggressive?
Do you mean yes, chef?
She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia?
Uh-oh. No.
So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still wasting your time!
Good job, Paimon, fucking idiot.
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
Listen, I've watched Hell's Kitchen. This is normal.
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him,
Okay,
whether
wait,
you
hold
like
on.
it or not.
Hold on. They look after their staff at when it comes to Ramsey, so okay, maybe this isn't okay.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Fermont can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Fermont can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
How did he get sick?
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you. Come on, we have work to do.
Oh, she's entertaining. Oh. She's got quite the energy. I don't even hate her.
Wow, what a horrible person!
Are you kidding me, Paimon? Did you not hear what I just said?
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again.
So, who was that?
Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel de Boer.
Damn.
Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely even talk properly.
I'm just thinking of the fucking Gordon Ramsay shit in Hell's Kitchen. Oh, man. It was like, which one? It was like, you fuck off! Fuck me! Hey, fuck me! How about fuck you?
I'm sorry.
How did he get sick?
It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
Oh, shit.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you said.
Wait. Oh, wait. Maybe this is like a kitchen nightmare scenario. So we gotta get head chef Escoffier to go into Hotel de Boer and turn the place around. I'm pretty sure most of the kitchen nightmares have not ended well for the restaurants because they were kind of already in the red at that point, but We can do this.
Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us.
Please let this be a Kitchen Nightmares episode.
Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching, and waiting for an opportunity.
So you're waiting for Savannah to leave, and then you're going to approach Monica? So, too bad Paimon ruined that for you, huh?
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunked before she spoke.
Paimon never thunk.
Did Paimon ruin everything?
Probably not. It'd be a very anticlimactic story quest if you did.
No, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage.
Either way, Savannah's seen you now, so you probably won't get another chance.
Meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan.
Kitchen Nightmares!
Paimon will join you. Cause this is kinda all Paimon's fault.
Then I'll join you too.
Guys, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway,
I've done obvious
let
story
me take
quests.
you out for a meal.
There's a lot of story
I'll
quests I
make
haven't
sure
done.
it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosulas tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene we
Escoffier.
witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
That's nice.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
Thank you for the gift.
Right. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
a little highly strung, huh?
Yes. Looks like it was Savannah in the kitchen. Even the waiting staff are on edge.
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
I don't know. Connections. Sabot corporate espionage? Or is it culinary espionage in
Well,
this case?
according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
Oh yes, never underestimate Navia's affinity for sweets.
Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in.
Too bad I don't like candy.
Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escoffier.
There we are. It's time.
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
Hold on. Scruffy knows something about Savannah, I assume. I realize I don't really have a healer with this.
What'd they do this time?
I don't know. I don't know what they did. I'll use Navia for now, because she's here. I don't know how involved she'll be. Will she be here for the whole 9 yards? Oh, right, Flusadra. That's the Flusadra. Whoops. It's been a minute, okay? I didn't remember the server place. I was wondering why I was off.
So, who is this Escoffier anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg, before Savannah.
And she cooks with cryo.
She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg and restored the restaurant back to its former glory.
Oh, is it because Savannah has tried and failed to make the Gateau de Boer, and now she's taking it out on everyone because she's butthurt about it? Is that what it is? Is that it? Is that it?
Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Culinary genius.
Gateau de Boer.
His name is
That's
Modest.
the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow. Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu.
Savannah? Did
But
she?
none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility, and she was sent to the fortress of Meripede.
How long was the sentence?
The Fortress of Meripede?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. It was probably just a formality. We got sent there free just for eating someone else's cake.
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident.
Still have to go,
Escoffier
though?
didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
So that's what happened. Hyman still thinks it's really unfair.
It's a substance. Crack cocaine?
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Okay. I suspect foul play, though.
Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
That's assuming Escoffier wants the job back. She seems more like a, where I'll go where the wind takes me and just make food. Make new food.
Well,
Make great food.
about that.
Make Gordon Ramsay grilled cheese
You thought
sandwiches.
cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
Okay, so she's the Gordon Ramsay.
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
I'm at a loss for words.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, Chef.
Be a chef. No, chef. I ain't no bitch. I'm no bitch.
Excuse us,
Fuck you.
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
We're here to talk.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Man, right now she has no chill. But if it's like, you know, in the intensity of a kitchen, chef's
Looks
kitchen,
like the rush hour is finally over.
I'm not a
Is
chef.
it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef.
She didn't want to go back to Hotel de Boer?
Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Yep. Now that they're
Oh.
off, she's chill.
Thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Firmo. That's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
He's the chef that fell ill from stress.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Hilaire is his son. And with Mom stuck at home taking care of Dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia. I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
Ah, gotcha.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah.
Since Hilaire's working for you, you must be aware of the situation with
I
Savannah.
certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navi has come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to interfere with that business.
Listen, kitchen nightmares. I've been saying this. Just get a camera crew, set it up, observe, and then, you know, call out any bullshit you see.
Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
Oh.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid, even. She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role.
What the hell?
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
What happened?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either.
At least she's
Anyway,
self-aware.
suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamma and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica.
You give Monica's candy wrapper to Escoffier.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still
Motto.
trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what
I
they
don't
think
know.
unless you ask them?
I'm not.
Monica.
Plus,
There's
it's
something
not
about
like we're asking you
Monica's.
to storm in there and raise hell.
Escoffier's delivery that's
We're
off.
only in
Actually,
the
Monica
initial
too,
phase
but
of our investigation. All
maybe
we're
that's
trying
just
to do
me.
is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica.
Escoffier?
Why does she look like?
I can't believe her. Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable. I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
Was that a grumpy walk?
Wait, so now she's,
That's new. Well, whatever reason she came up with, at least she's convinced herself to go have a conversation.
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
I don't think I've seen that before. They're like, "Rrr, I'm mad walk. It would have been funny if Escoffier was slightly Scottish. To attend the bar. Personality-wise, I think Escoffier is pretty
Wait.
fun.
She looks like... Is that Escoffier?
Escoffier's back? Yes, I've missed her cooking.
She ain't cooking.
I was just saying, Hotel de Boer is nothing without her.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Lenny and Lynette? What?
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But now I can't help but notice it. What the fuck?
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake. But if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over.
Okay. Never mind about Monica being off. What the fuck?
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Fermat had to put up with, then no wonder he had a breakdown.
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Is there no, well, I think it's called the pass. Is there none of that?
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you knew what you did wrong and how to improve, and...
Okay. Yeah, Savannah did just kick you out. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But
we all knew that it came from a good place.
get good.
Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Uh-oh.
Monica, you don't need to
Professional
call me
jealousy?
chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own. What happened back then, that wasn't on you, and all of us know that. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that lumiline ended up in the food we served.
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
But
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve damage. So it quickly ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances.
oh,
Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high. Because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
fry chef?
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm dining from now on.
Oh, damn. To the
Monica,
customer.
I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me.
You can hear the Lumi with the was. I was the head chef.
If only Savannah was half the boss you were.
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
Oh.
No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job.
I don't think that's how it works, but you know, I feel like if your mentor figure gives you their previous job, you could still they could still give you advice, right? No? Yes.
You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Maybe we should give them some space. Are they about to throw down?
Savannah!
Alright, yeah.
My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
Still is. Okay, gosh.
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Huh? Fan Agem?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between chefs at the Hôtel de Bord, I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
The traditional way? That can only mean one thing.
In contest? Sounds like one for a history
That's
lesson.
right. I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
I know Fontaine is based off of France. Is this the first character that speaks in a French accent for Genshin in Fontaine? Maybe. As far as I know, I haven't played all
According
the
to legend,
story
the
quests
founders
though,
of
so
Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. It sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts.
alright.
And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hôtel de Bord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
Escoffier?
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place after all.
Thought so. There's your answer, Paimon.
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Board to me.
All the recipes she's
What?
done?
The Codex de Boer?
The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer.
Oh.
It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the present and former head chefs of the Hôtel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former. Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
Unless...
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I feel like there's not a big difference besides Escoffier's own notes that she added in.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift, to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little,
Messed up?
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bourg, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
You sound surprisingly confident. Alright then, let's see how much you've actually grown.
Alright.
I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Believe me, I'll show you.
By putting in the luby, whatever it's called, into your dish.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleur of Cendres so I can get prepping.
What else is there gonna be?
I can't believe I got to witness that firsthand. I only stopped by here for a quick meal. I definitely got my Mora's worth today.
Good for you. Good thing you enjoyed it.
Apologize. This whole ordeal reflects rather poorly on us.
Wait, aren't you the boss?
I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. The Hôtel de Bar runs as more of a partnership, you see. It was founded by two friends, Modeste and Savelli, and it's been that way ever since. So, while I am technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be perfectly honest with you, that's part of the reason why I suggested a cooking contest. If Escoffier wins, it would be the perfect opportunity for her to talk some sense into Savannah. Or, of course, if she wanted to return, then... But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whatever the outcome, this contest will hopefully serve as a turning point for us. Please, pass on my best wishes to Escoffier. I must say, Savannah surprised me with her confidence. Does she really believe she can best Escoffier in the kitchen? I thought she was just blowing off steam when she first raised the idea to me.
I believe she is going to do sabotage. Where? I'm just curious. No, not story. Voice. When you give her... Okay. I'm pretty sure once when you give her, give a bad gift. Okay. Never mind.
Wow, incredible! You have a gift. I should teach you everything I know as soon as possible. Your culinary potential is off the charts. Just meh. It's not bad, just forgettable. I know someone of your talent can do better than this. Back to the drawing board, I think. I look forward to the new and improved version. Friends tell it like it is, so here's the truth. If one of my apprentices served this dish to me, I'd turn it upside down on their own head. For you, though, I'll finish it and then give you a thorough evaluation. I hope you take my feedback to heart and learn from your mistakes. Out of consideration for your diners and your own taste buds, dig a little deeper next time.
Wait, Xiangling's? Treasured above all is... Huh. Did I spell that Xiangling will show up or some shit? She is also a chef. How long will this be? It doesn't seem like it'll be that long. Just cooking contest, maybe Savannah crashes out a bit, runs off somewhere, we gotta chase her a bit, and then blah blah bloop.
out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
After this dialogue, I'm going to the washroom.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
So anyway, what's this Codex de Boer she's so obsessed with? Right. They explained it. They explained it in the previous convo. Is there more that we need to know about it? Really? I'm assuming it has to do with the Gâteau de Boer. Right?
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Boer was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures.
Okay, that's nice.
So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted.
What the hell is the ingredient?
Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Boer, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius. And over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Boer.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hotel de Boer took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving those recipes for centuries to come. Something like that?
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame.
Oh.
Then, Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Boer's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. It's only in recent decades that it started recovering.
Thanks to you remaking rediscovering the Gâteau de Boer, right?
Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in Liue's martial arts novels, where the main character learns all their secret powers from.
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipes from a dusty old book.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Boer they sell now is actually Escoffier's reimagination.
Fair.
Wait, really? Why though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex?
It did, but like I said, it's the dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not to mention that there's no way of finding the secret ingredient Modeste wrote about. So, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the Codex. But ultimately, the Gâteau de Boer of today is my own recipe. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well, you've got Vanigem's business sense to thank for that.
Scarcity.
Oh! Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Boer, but it's still the most delicious cake in Fontaine today. And who knows? Maybe Escoffier's version is more suited to your palate.
Wait, what if the original had that ingredient that can make people addicted and whatnot.
Just think, if the
Is that what it
original
was?
truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right? Not to mention that the Hotel de Boer never would have fallen into a slump.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds the original Codex de Boer is the true head chef?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Savannah only got a copy.
Man, if I don't know, thinks that she got a bad copy, or like she probably feels like there's information missing.
Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to give me the original in the first place. Well, a joint decision by her and Venegem. But still.
Getting whiplash from this character.
What?
Savannah, what the hell?
Guess she's had a major change of heart since she became head chef. Yeesh.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our Gato do the talking.
What does that mean exactly?
It means vesting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula.
What does Gateau mean? Hold on. Gateau de Boer. Gateau. Meaning. A rich cake. Let our cake do the talking. Cake de Boer. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You don't mince
However
words.
much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride. And if she respects the art, she'll respect the outcome of our contest.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment. All you need to do now is win the contest. But that should be a breeze for you.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Boer is very complicated to make. Usually, it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover everything. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time.
Oh, do I have to turn? Okay, I see. I'm gonna be an assistant.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task?
Bring it on!
Count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you say couple of assistants? Why are we competing?
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me your knife skills.
Show Escoffier your knife skills. Use normal attacks to cut the fruit. It seems like she will collect the slices and process them into some sublime substance.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without sending juices flying all over the kitchen. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Why are you holding the knife?
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients.
What's a cold
A kind of
press?
special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients, which can then be used to flavor dishes more precisely. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead.
Display your mastery with the cold press. Tap your elemental skill to accelerate the cold press's progress, and use normal attacks to let it do its work.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool. Not weird.
Alright.
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch closely.
Learn at Escoffier's feet and master of precision cooking. The flavorings you got from our multifunctional food processor can adjust the flavor profile of the dish. Strike a balance between fruity flavors and floral flavors to adjust said flavor profile and make a delicious dish.
Slowly and carefully. Not a drop too much and not a drop too little.
Okay. So... there we go. Yeah! Pocket sand.
And voila! Now it's your turn.
With Escoffier's guidance, everyone completes the flavoring process. What happens if I messed it up?
Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try.
There's just something about the delivery that I feel is off. One is like the not saying the R's in certain words, like traveler and whatnot. Also the T's. What do you want? I don't know. It feels inconsistent. That's the way I describe it. It feels like it goes like what I assume to be her natural accent and then the American accent she's trying to do. It's a kind of clash there. That's how I feel about it, at least from my POV. I guess I just treated it like an adventurer's puzzle.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they do say adventurers are multi-talented folks. Now I've seen it firsthand.
Adventurers.
Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to.
Alright.
I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel du Bois' current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score.
Final
That's
score?
right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it. Chop chop! How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely. I expect you to present the most delicious thing on the menu.
Wait, hold on. Do I have the ingredients to make, like, the macarons or whatever? Wait.
How's it going?
Duck confit, poisson seafood soup, delicious rainbow macarons, garlic baguette. Can I really just want to make a garbage version of the dish, you know? Fontanalia mousse? Takes 10 minutes? Oh my god.
How's it going?
I know I could actually make... Okay, they're 3-star dishes. Perfect. Let's make some great food. Okay, there we are. You're gonna love this.
How's it going?
You're gonna love this dish. Here you go. Please. After closely examining your dish, Escoffier asks you some pointed questions.
So what is this exactly? Because what it looks like is the aftermath of an alchemy accident. You realize food is supposed to be edible. Yes?
What? Nah. Wait, actually, I am curious if I can still make it. So I do have to actually submit a good dish. Ah, damn it. Fine.
How's it going?
I'll just submit what I just made. Yeah. Escoffier's face lights up as he presents your finished dish. Not
With the
prevent.
grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
Would that even be a pass?
That's 6 out of 100.
Oh. Well,
You
you're
say
out.
you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aw.
No. Get out.
Me next, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
Is that enough?
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aw.
How much are you supposed to do? Yikes, she's a harsh
Now
judge.
to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn. That's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
The delivery fell off with what the scene was trying to demonstrate.
How did you pull that off?
It's all that practice from cooking for you,
Don't
Paimon.
get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen.
All I do is
I can
stupid
really
QT.
taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up. No way did you taste that.
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square.
Yeah, okay. The delivery for
guess you'll be
Escoffier
taking the
for a lot of
traveler
these
as one
scenes
of
just
your
feels
assistants
so
then?
off, man. I don't know. What's the voice director doing?
But if it takes 3
Smoking a
chefs,
fat
that still
blunt?
leaves 1 slot remaining.
Going on with their day?
Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Maybe I'm being too critical. I don't know. Am I? Am I being a dick? I kind of am, in a sense.
Chef Escoffier.
Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bois, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help.
Wait, that's how he sounds? I didn't
And
really
you
pay
think you're up
attention.
to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually
What
my
the
dad who
fuck?
wanted to help.
How do you sound like that, kid?
Dear Ma,
What's
last I
sweetie for
heard, you
divine?
could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Are you sure you're up to the task, Famo?
Yeah. I was gonna say the same
That's how it's
thing.
pronounced, right? Famo? But not fan mail?
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Boer kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I hope so.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Boer?
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now.
Alright. Good luck. You need to prove yourself. Using the ice knife.
Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
Uh-oh. Trauma. Or the knife's really cold. Maybe the knife's just really cold, you know?
What do you call this, Verma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again!
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Holy shit.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then Will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
The doy.
Monica, when did you get here?
Even I didn't notice you arrived.
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
Okay.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now!
What? It looks fine to me.
Then
I'd eat
she
it.
orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Lasagna. Bread. Cake.
Do it again, do
Stew.
it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out or get out of my kitchen!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh, man. That must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
Monica?
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing, just in case.
Could we just, RSVP Xiangling real quick?
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs. There's gotta be someone out there, right?
Actually, I thought maybe I could help.
Oh, there we are.
That's sort of
Monica.
why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. Unless I want to become the next Fermat.
The butt of a joke now.
I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
I hope you're right.
Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from
If not, I
Savannah's staff
feel
to
like
get our
Escoffier
third
would
person,
take
but
you under
there
her
you
wing.
go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Hey, free
Spina
food.
sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
I can help cook.
All
It'll be
right,
good practice for
if you
contests, yeah.
insist. Then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
Escoffier treats everyone to a spectacular feast. Escoffier opted for a huge variety of dishes. Thankfully, both of us are skilled enough that, even though it was our first time working together, we had a great rapport.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait, hold on. You need to finesse that further.
She dished out plenty of praise and taught me an awful lot too. Time seemed to fly by.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
So, this is what Chef Escoffier is truly capable of.
Oh, Navia's passed out.
I wish I could eat that all over again. It's not often that Escoffier goes all out like this. And it's all because of you, traveler.
Wow. I don't know if I'll ever be able to cook as good as that.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna head to the washroom real quick. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got myself a drink too.
Why, Savannah? Why?
What are you up to?
Nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modest's adventuring phase. And most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing.
For her, it's probably not about how useful it is, and more an issue of a head chef's pride.
Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point.
Were you two friends?
We were. At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. And she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief.
Sounds like you feel partly responsible? I wonder... Maybe she lost her rock? I don't know.
Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex.
Speaking of Modest, didn't he have a falling out with someone as well?
Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Boer, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste would shut in Savelli's face.
Oh.
And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured.
So what happened to them ultimately?
Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness.
Did Savelli killed
And
Modest?
That was it.
Killed
They neither had a
Modest?
decisive split, nor got the chance to properly reconcile.
Or
Their story just came to an end.
did he actually just get hit by sickness like, ah, shit?
One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends.
Is it true?
Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
With you on the team, there's no way we can lose.
You're right about that. Just follow my lead and victory will be ours.
I'm gonna like Trevor will take care of that. Fuck that. Wait. Yeah.
Let's hope that Savannah isn't all sizzle and no steak. After all the work we put in, it would kind of be a shame if tomorrow was a complete cakewalk.
Is that gonna be it though? If that's it, that means there's really no combat scenario where you get to use Escoffier. And I'm not counting the cooking stuff, that doesn't count. mano. Alright, cooking contest. And then, is that gonna be it?
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Wait, seriously? Escoffier in a cooking contest? Now that I've got to see. I don't get it. Why would anyone in their right mind challenge her to a cooking contest?
Cooking herself? Supposedly, but let's see what
Mesdames
happens.
et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hôtel de Bar and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label.
Alright,
The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates,
let's
only to be
see.
revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
This dish, which is made by Savannah, is...
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bar cooking contest commence!
Let's cook. Complete the objective by using the minimum amount of flavorings to achieve a balanced flavor. Layer 1. Fight. Or... Must be added in sufficient amounts to ensure richness of flavor.
Monica, Traveler, it's go time. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work. Do not disappoint me.
Looks like
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Alright, we're at 4. We need that, 6. 2. Done. Tier 1. Yeah! Perfectly balanced. Now we must make the second tier. This will be the most delicious cake I've made.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, Traveler!
Make the next layer of cake. Okay. One.
Off to the freezer.
2 servings of fruit. Oh shit. Okay, okay. 2 servings of fruit. 1, 2. Okay.
The balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Boom. Woo.
So, what do you think?
Alright, one more layer. Wait, hold on. If we're cooking in front of them, unless they look the exact same, then aren't they? Whatever. 2, 3. Okay.
A little amuse-bouche.
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah.
Progress. She is at the second layer. Okay. 6, 2. I'm trying to think. Oh, wait. 6. 2. Let's see. 5, 3, 2. Okay. Wow. And that's the third layer.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
Now, where is Savannah in her progress? It seemed like she was still on her first layer.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg.
Wow. And we're done. Oh, they only serve 16 slices of this huge-ass fucking cake?
That was perfect! We were like a flock of snowing geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team.
Damn, got a whole pose and everything.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
Huh. That guy was right. You really can't tell whose is whose just by looking at them.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
Yes.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10. Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell before.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in.
Does it have that ingredient?
I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
They were saying aroma.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Maybe it's because of poor teamwork? No, it's sabotage.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest. Now, all that remains is to turn the plate over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
No, that's impossible.
Hey, Savannah, you cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Hold on.
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanejem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them?
What if it started with before, where you sabotaged the cooking
Isn't it more
implements?
likely that Escoffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
You take that back!
Judges, we
What is
demand a rematch. That's enough.
What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong and however it happened, I should have spotted it.
Can we have Escoffier taste it first?
Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it.
Escoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over, and I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah,
I mean,
you may have
you're
fooled
not
everyone
wrong.
else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Did she have put Monica up to it? Is that why Monica's also like
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
hold on.
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I doubt she needs it to cook.
It's all right. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
But Escoffier, privately, I'm sure she's devastated. But what's done is done.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
Savannah passes out after reading through the original Codex.
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and exhaustion.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
Oh.
But why? Why would she do that?
Our best guess is she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
Huh, about that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole time, like she asked.
Monica?
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes. I've already spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
Guilty cake? Huh? Oh, interrogate the cake. Okay.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Alright, well, at least she's tasting it.
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
Traveler.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
Oh.
Food safety? Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredients?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let contaminated ingredients make it into the kitchen. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with Escoffier going to jail. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
But Savannah was there too. So... she's just as much to blame?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Idiot. You fucking idiot. You really thought that you could get away with doing that?
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Anyway.
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out.
How long was
Secondly,
this stint?
I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor, so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras.
You mean... you forgive me?
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistakes. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Sure, you've made mistakes, but now's the time to fix them. Understood?
Where did they come from?
Understood.
Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
Shoot.
Ugh.
Say it.
What happened to me? I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially our signature items.
You mean Gâteau de Bois?
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly different from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and true dessert connoisseurs.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up on it. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something's always slightly off every time.
Yeah, I've noticed that
Oh,
too.
slight though, I guess.
Never really gave it much thought though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since Escoffier left.
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
making her edge up. Oh, she thought the codex from Escoffier was a fake.
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes when she copied them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It overwhelmed her, and she passed out.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
You need to get a vision, I guess. She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
You think cat.
Tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Get your hands on codex, no matter what it
Take
takes.
this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
So you let the Luma lead into the kitchen?
All this time, I've been blaming other people, but maybe I'm the problem.
How long has she been the head chef for? They're still running well, right?
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk everything out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family. I wonder what he'll make of all this.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Looks like it. Sure, let's go.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
What is it, a
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose?
A little, I guess. Not
Every
really much.
year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. They usually imagine someone who's a cut above the rest, a model of perfection. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place.
Smart.
So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. But we humans completely miss that fact when we project our own ideas about social hierarchies onto them.
Is this about you and Savannah?
I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and the same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to create the exact same dish. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can be accounted for with time and practice. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. The only reason I hold people to high standards is because, well, I believe they're capable of greatness.
I don't know if you're right, but I think that's a great thing to believe in.
Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way. Then she'll finally see the error of her ways.
The error. But
Thank you for your words of encouragement. I'm gonna head to the Hotel de Boer and spend the night investigating. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Genius? Calling someone a genius is just another way of saying I'm too lazy to figure out how I need to improve. It's a defeatist attitude and I won't stand for it.
you know, you should have a conversation with Dr. Ratio. I think you'd hit it off. In regards to talking about geniuses, at least. Ah, my nose. I'm assuming this will be the last bit. Help Savannah and Fermal get their groove back and bada bing bada boom. Easy.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Vanigem isn't for a while.
I wanted to check on Escoffier.
Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
Damn. That's a lot of,
I'm
got tilt the
fine.
board.
Just need to get some more coffee in me.
You really did pull an all-nighter then.
Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all?
Well, let me get you a fresh one.
Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Do we have a dish containing
Coffee. Need coffee.
Fiorina's? Let's give her Fiorina's thing. Yeah.
Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam milk. Wonderful. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler in Paimon.
Glad to hear it. But make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance.
How goes the investigation?
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Wait, what investigation? What are you guys talking about?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't believe it's caused so much drama.
And yet, look at this kitchen.
Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escoffier, have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, I dropped by her place early this morning to check on her, only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hotel de Boer. I'm worried something bad might have happened. If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, Escoffier, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of random places circled. What does it mean?
Wait a second. This feels familiar. I'm sure these places are all connected somehow. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventures.
The founder of the Hotel de Boer? Is she trying to retrace their
but
steps?
I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use. How come this map shows all the missing details?
The Codex de Boer? Then, this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of Gâteau de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way? Gee, Savannah. Anything to overcome a Gâteau plateau, huh?
Can you shut up for a second, Paimon?
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Hold on. There's more. Besides the map, we also found these letters.
Oh. It was you. You let the Lumiline through, didn't you? I know you were responsible for purchasing the problematic ingredient that day. What would your good friend think, I wonder, if she learned that she suffered on account of your negligence? What would the people in the hotel think? So, I imagine you'd like to keep this a secret from Escoffier, wouldn't you, Head Chef Savannah? Retrieve the real codex, by any means necessary. That's where the real treasure can be found, and you gave it away like a fool! Well then, you're going to get it back. Whether in a bet or by force, it doesn't matter. Oh, I know. Don't you have that cooking showdown of yours? And if you don't think you can win, why, you simply need to have your opponent lose. I imagine that assistant of yours might come in handy in that regard. What are you dawdling for? She was the one who concealed the secret recipe in the first place. Why else do you think you've never been able to recreate her work? She's afraid. Afraid that you'll outshine her. What do you imagine everyone says about you, both within and beyond the hotel walls? Ordinary, they call you. Untalented. A hack. A failure who will never surpass Escoffier. And you know whose fault that is? That's right. It's hers. She's no saint. Never has been. So I hesitate.
It was you. You let the Lumiline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
I mean, Monica said she was with Savannah.
Retrieve the codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else was behind her pulling the strings?
She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
Ugh, this is all such a mess.
Oh, it sounds like I'll get a chance to fight Escoffier. Even though I already have her.
First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now, it turns out that someone else forced Savannah to force Monica to cheat?
We've got to break the cycle of blackmail. So, did Savannah blackmail Monica? Or is it the other way around? Meanwhile, somewhere deep beneath the sea... Oh! Monica!
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident.
It was Monica!
The demand for a cooking contest. The instruction to blackmail Monica. Even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
Oh, fuck. But why, though? Does she want the OG recipe of Gâteau de Bord? I have a feeling it was made with Lumiline.
To the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Ah. I'm assuming this is a dungeon thing, right? Alright. I did not suspect Monica at all. Like, I suspected her of being the one who sabotaged the cake. I did not suspect that she was, you know, the one responsible. According to the notes left by Modeste, this was where Lemurian foreign legionaries once drank and made merry. But the spirits have vanished into whispers on the wind. What am I doing? And the veiled dust sleeps over every glass. Okay. I'm gonna bring Navia just because I know
Whatever you
Escoffier
need.
will be there.
A pleasure to be working with you.
It'll go like this. And,
I have high hopes for this journey.
a little moose bush. There we are. Oh, underwater restaurant, huh? Do I really already need to go to the take a piss again? Fuck. Okay. It was on that shot for a bit too long there. I thought something went wrong. I thought something went wrong. Jeez, now I'm doing the no tease thing.
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did
Excuse
they
me?
get here?
There's entry from there.
Oh, they ran off!
Let's head further
That
in.
could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs by any chance? They must have gotten through somehow.
Good point. Yes, that's right. It's coming back to me now.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to us.
Make a dish for the blubber
We
beasts.
have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, romaritime flowers, and lumitoile. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have to head all the way back to shore and grab some.
Let Escoffier cook.
There is no time for that. Romaritime flowers and lumitoile will have to do. They may not look appetizing to us, but who knows? They could be blubber beast delicacies.
Wait, we're seriously gonna try this?
Yes, you collect the maritime flowers and lumitoiles in the surrounding area. Alright.
Up to the freezer! Yeah!
Okay. 5, 3, 2. Kinda looks like a really glowy coconut.
Blubber beasts or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
More pertinently, how do we actually feed it to them?
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who knows how long they'll be gone.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. What was it that Modeste said again? Something about the food flowing away on the current.
It showed it in the cutscene, so there's really no sense of, oh, I wonder what we do. What do we do? How do we deliver the dishes? Alright, deliver? Disconnected. Oh, it is. Come on. Let me do it. The blubber beast happily scarfs down the food. If you're not mistaken, it's something something.
It's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
One down.
Yeah! A dead track turned back again. So annoying.
Really? I can't just have it set up? Stupid. Alright. Alright. Now I gotta rotate it. There we go. So far, no combat. Attack. Go. Yes. Why am I saying attack?
Hey, it's open!
I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight good. Oh. Oh. No goodies there? Probably not. Let's go. Pop, 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 pop. Some time ago, Savannah.
Hey, give me your water.
No.
Here.
Oh, okay.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Today, it's finally paying off. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog. Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosives. Did you not hear me? Get going.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
Jeez.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning, I'd never have...
Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escoffier. That's why you lapped up everything I told you. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation hung over you. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain, that she deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just to hold you back. It was the only excuse you needed to justify getting back at her. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor.
Oh?
He offered Modeste his friendship only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together.
You're descendants of Modest?
So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you finally realized that Escoffier never kept any secrets from you? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why start now? You have no right to redemption.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But I am done being bullied into submission by you!
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch your tone. Talking to me like that could get you in big trouble.
I somehow doubt that. Since I poisoned both our water bottles.
Oh, that's why she was saying, like, hand me your water?
What?
Ever since I learned the truth, I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and now this is payback!
Holy shit.
But
Metal.
you drank it
That's-
too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica.
I don't think Escoffier would be too happy with that.
You.
Ah?
What's so funny?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. You gave a very rousing performance.
But
I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean, fresh water.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? Did you really think your half-baked plot would fool me? You're a lousy chef,
at least she's not
and you
bad.
make a lousy villain, too. A complete waste of space. No wonder you never amounted to anything.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now, I failed again for the last time.
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. But now the show's over. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Oh.
Stop right there!
Oh, we made it.
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
Hostage.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat, but if you so much as flinch, I can end Savannah's life in a heartbeat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this? You're about to commit murder, and for what? A recipe?
A recipe? You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus on kitchen affairs. Well, some of us actually have bigger fish to fry. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bourg obsession? You've gone completely
Hi, Mr. Canada. Hello.
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. No, the real treasure is the secret ingredient that Modeste sourced from these ruins.
Is it the drugs? The Lumiline?
He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hands, and they thought, ooh, this would go great in our cake mix.
Oh, she's a Scot. Hell yeah, I love Scott. Oh.
We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient.
Like
it's a
Gordon Ramsay.
groundbreaking drug. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the treasure hoarders or the Fatui.
Oh. Oh.
Will you listen to yourself? You're completely delusional.
You just want money? Want
My
money?
eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
Fun
You'll
times,
see what
yeah.
a fool you've been.
Oh, those are explosives. For a second, I thought she was gonna pull out a gun.
What's that sound?
Yep.
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Let's find another route and go after her.
Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's
I'm
only
also
taken her
broke
hostage
now?
because she
Oh.
knows that she's no match for you.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully you become not broke soon. At least Savannah's safe for now.
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure, she'll need Savannah alive if she wants to get out of here in one piece.
$100 worth of comics yesterday. Oh, yeah.
Well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route.
Look for a way forward.
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
Maybe. Alright. Actually, wait, I really need to piss. I'll also be back. This works out. Cancel. I'm back. Now we have to wait. Look for a way forward. Balls, bombs. There's really no point in finding the crab. See, don't drop anything. I don't think. Oh, hold on. Oh no. Wow! Fight me!
They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Night Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
And they're dead. Thank you. Oh, good. I probably could have just went around there, but it's kind of fun. What's this? Following the exalted Harmos order, and in accordance with our Sebastos's most sacred, most benevolent temper, we establish here as condolences for the naturalized barbarian soldiers, savages they may have been, but they were also warriors. With this secret treasure, granted graciously, the warriors' bodily desires are satisfied, that they may fight on with hundredfold bravery. What? Is this the drug? The war machine thing? I don't know. Do I have to feed
Another
more?
door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests.
God damn. Do I have to do the minigame again? You place the greens you collected on the table. Alright. So... regular...
A little amuse-bouche.
What the fuck? You piece of shit. Bad RNG. God damn it. How about this?
Off to the freezer.
You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. Why? Unless there was already a solution that I didn't notice. Did I? Come on. All right. I hate you. This is the stupidest shit. Just give me the fucking out, please. Wait, before it gave me a 1 at some point. I don't know. I don't know. Am I being stupid? There. Okay. That took way more time than it should have. I think at some point I probably just fucked up. Definitely. But still annoyed. Start with this fucker. Does this?
It seems to really like the texture of Rome Maritime flowers.
Making me do 2 dishes at a time. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Alright. Hiya. Okay. And you get to 0. So, if I do it by 5, that'll be 2. Oh, easy. Do it. Do it. Do it. I hate the English language sometimes. It. I don't know. Okay. 1. Rotate, fucker. Alright. I just feel like I second guess the way I speak at times. Q jumpers? Oh my god.
Off to the free. Strike a pose. Fulfill our pact. Hey there.
Alright. With a frosty that puts even Paimon to shame?
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and Maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
A culinary door?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Could they have been left by previous
Adventurers
adventurers?
from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli, do you think they camped here?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date.
Let's rummage around.
Oh, you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff, just like you're a pro in the kitchen.
Well, I'm a pro at least.
Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests.
And bingo! Found it.
Right? Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills.
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
For adventurers, it's a life or death, like, they might not make it out in one piece.
Anyway, let's
So
find
if they
out
can,
who was here.
if they can leave
It's been years since
message
I've
for
last
people.
visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't changed in millennia. Sadly, up above, on dry land, everything has changed. The treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg into a national sensation. Our
What?
limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He predicted all of it. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever disagreed with him, was labeled a talentless fool. Modeste tried his best to console me, but I knew better than anyone just how great the gulf was between us. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I did not belong? I told myself that maybe one day, when I finally created a masterpiece of my own, I'd be able to face him without shame.
But then he died.
Or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face, how about we go on one more adventure, for old time's sake? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient.
He sounds...
The birthplace of Gâteau de Bourg.
Well, it doesn't sound like he killed Modeste. At least from that journal entry.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
Let's keep reading.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this, even though everyone swore they couldn't tell. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen, and worked day and night, vowing to find out where he had gone wrong. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of taste.
Oh.
The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience, but in the long term, it dulls their senses entirely.
Illuminaline.
In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from
So
the
it was
constraints
true.
of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? But we realized it too late. We were just too late. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. Finally, in despair, he took his own life. And because we had become estranged, I cannot be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort, or even to say goodbye. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
I like how, even though he's dead, he was like the
treasure
breathing
of
animation.
Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of drug.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Memoria. It's almost as if someone deliberately erased it from history.
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail, and how much more devastating it is when it happens. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gateau de Bourg, proving that I had been right all along. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius, the next a joke. It would surely spell the end for his restaurant too. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown to him by the history books.
You did that to protect his legacy, I guess.
Cannot let that come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning details, leaving mere fragments of our story behind. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price of destroying all evidence of my crimes, then so be it. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Damn, Savelli, when did your voice change? No, we've got to stop Monica.
What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be safe for now?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's no telling what she might do.
Just gonna blow up the fucking... She's gonna blow up the entire ruin. The barbarians who take the are gradually losing part of there is no cause for worry. The desire to break free from forms of flesh and blood is also the first step to guiding them toward accepting civilization. Savannah?
The
Still
treasure of
breathing.
Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches, and we have held on to them for generations. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle, I may never have found this place. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine!
Did you not notice the statues there?
Oh, it's empty. It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All the years I spent piecing together the truth. All my painstaking planning. All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Okay, calm down. I know it's empty, but it was a nice looking jar.
Praise be to Lord Remus. You barbarian shall be slain.
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Did she? Did she die? Did she actually... Maybe it's because of the fighting? Or maybe because Monica was too trigger-happy with her explosives!
Either way, it's all her fault. Enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here, Traveler! Escoffier, come on!
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh.
If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
Jeez. Really?
You're a psycho!
Savannah? When did you wake up?
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
We're out of time!
Traveler? Okay, let's go!
We're bringing Monica up with us, right? Okay. Well, okay. Got it. So she's dead. Alright, bye, Monica. Damn. She didn't even learn the truth about, Zavelli, did she?
Escoffier! Savannah! Traveler! And Paimon!
Venejem! What are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on our merry derrieres? While the Traveler and Escoffier were out here risking their lives?
We had to do something. Even though that something ended up being, well, waiting for you here instead.
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve to be your head chef. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted like a tyrant in the kitchen. And now I almost got myself killed. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Hold on.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was the Lumiline situation. What was it you said again?
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left. And Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming back. If that's not an endorsement of your work, I don't know what is.
Finish it,
At the
great.
end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do is recognize where we get it wrong and do our best to improve. That's all that's humanly possible.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Fermont and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
Fermont?
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Fermont? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go and see you after you fell ill. There's no excuse, but I'm too late, aren't I? The damage is done. I heard that you can't even hold a kitchen knife anymore.
Honestly? Maybe Savannah's VA should have voiced this copy.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
That's rude.
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking.
Or
And then he remembered the tea that Monica used to give him every night.
oh, shit. Man, Monica has been fucking with Vermont too. But you know, like I guess mainly the voice direction has to be better for Escoffier. That's it. I think the VA could do better. Like what? I know she voiced Lumi in Wuthering Waves, and to be fair, I don't really care for Lumi that much. But Female Rover is also the same voice as Varessa, and she did good.
And as it turns
So
out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. But if you calculate the dosage carefully, you can control the extent of its effects. A small dose might simply make a person more emotional, whether that mean more fragile or more hot-tempered.
or depressed.
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also fixed me up with some meds and said I should recover in no time.
You're already sounding a lot more confident.
Well, that's what happens when you give someone a little bit of hope to cling on to.
There you go.
There's more. We believe that Firmin was likely not Monica's only victim.
You mean she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time!
Ah.
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. That stuff can only amplify what's already there. So tasty food will seem like the most delicious thing in the world, while food you don't particularly care for will become utterly revolting. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you've wronged.
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it that no matter what I do, my Gâteau de Bourg never tastes the same as yours? Is it just... I mean, is it because you're a genius and I'm not?
Nope.
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
Is that it?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and the actual temperature.
Oh, damn. On the side, like, I have a small oven, or one of the ovens at home. Any time I have to cook something to the recommended temp with that oven, I need to end with these. I want to. I have to raise it up by a few degrees, like maybe 10, 20, depending.
All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, it's pretty obvious that Monica must have tampered with them. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica sabotaged mine so that could never happen.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night? It all comes back to one simple, undeniable truth. You're a genius. And I'm just plain old Savannah.
You just got wrapped. You just freaking tunnel visioned. That's it.
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. I came up with this recipe. You don't think that might have something to do with it? Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know this dish inside out, back to front and upside down. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months?
Oh, 6
If
months.
that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you're gonna throw in the kitchen towel and declare you'll never be successful because you're not a genius. You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt, or just how long it took me to finally get my recipe to a level I was satisfied with. Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. Modeste did, Savelli did, Everyone does. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from them, and then keep chipping away until you crack the problem once and for all. Surely you haven't forgotten all that. You were no lousy chef back when I handed you the reins.
I haven't forgotten. And I'll make sure I never do.
That's our head chef.
Yeah.
Haha! Sounds like we won't need another changing of the guard in the Hotel de Bord kitchen anytime soon. Huzzah!
Aw, what a perfect ending to a crazy journey. Look how happy everyone is.
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Escoffier. In fact, no. Thanks to all of you.
Aw, friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Maybe not all their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
I still lost.
Right. And also,
Does
it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses. This is a cooking contest between two top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this instant.
Hey, so, this whole time you were salty about losing?
Yeah. I guess it makes sense though. Oh, there's the cutscene.
Second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
If we lose, blame Paimon. Also, where's Navia? Oh, to the animation? Come on.
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
And
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
her tail seems very happy with the results.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
This wasn't for you, was it?
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after everything that's happened?
What are your future plans?
I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw, I don't think any of it sank in. I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
And you started at Fusandra.
Improve how?
Culinary journey.
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities.
She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you taste the difference?
What? Paimon didn't notice at all.
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact constellation of elements that gave their work its signature taste.
Did you use constellation on purpose?
And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore the endless possibilities out there.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
You should definitely make Paimon test all of your most experimental dishes.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research. Make sure it doesn't contain any harmful substances.
Imagine if she's just like, yeah, I don't fucking care, let's put whatever
In the
in there.
meantime,
Cyanide?
take this.
Alright, let's do
It's
it.
a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Bourg, revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers. Hope you enjoy, and remember, feedback is always welcome.
All right! So, do you ever see yourself returning to Hotel de Bourg?
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
Good luck to Savannah. Good luck to Savannah, I guess.
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got to see the treasure of Remoria. Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau de Bourg.
It's just Lunaline,
She
right?
practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Bourg. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Her life's work became a grand exercise in
Since you mentioned the
futility.
treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles, better known to us as Lumiline.
Huh? So then, why all the hype back in the early days of Gâteau de Bourg?
Because they didn't know.
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then, so desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to really excite people's taste buds took the world by storm. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
Oh yeah, either way... Whoa. Either way, Monica would have had a rude awakening, whether there was the Lumiline in there or not.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins but worthless junk. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Yes, Paimon, poor Monica.
Hey!
Hey, Navia. There you are.
Huh? Navia?
Been wondering where you were.
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Rumoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be worth an absolute fortune.
I did say it was a nice jar.
Wait, isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ugh, it's such a shame.
Idiot. What a fucking idiot Monica was. Rest in peace and all of that, but you are... all that, I just... You fucked up. Ice frosted Enki. Alright. It's 9:29. I guess there's nothing there to do. Let's see. So that's done. Boop. And now there's this. I should probably do it. I don't, like, I will do it, I just don't know if I'll stream it or not. New bow. Well, that's that. I did not expect the third act to go in that direction. I'm glad that it gave us a chance to fight as Escoffier.
Thank you for
So that was nice. I feel like Escoffier's voice is, to me, inconsistent. And that's the way I describe her voice. But, I don't know. I think it can improve over time. I'm optimistic to thinking that. Oh. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the third act a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the delivery could have been better for Escoffier. Savannah and Monica were good for delivery. So, there's that. I'm curious what she has to say about Xianglu.
There is a saying in Liyue, beyond every mountain lies a higher mountain. But when it comes to Shangling and me, it feels more like I was holed up in a cave and she dragged me into a new world. She uses techniques I've never heard of, and chooses ingredients I could never anticipate. Her dishes seem to redefine what I thought was possible. You can't even analyze them within the framework of classical Fontanian cooking. Meeting her has convinced me that staying cooped up in my kitchen isn't the answer. I need to go out and explore what other nations have to offer.
Alright. Oh yeah. Right, I'll want to Sunder. Because I can finally do that now. With all the mats. Boom.
Thank you so much. With your inspiration and support, I now have what it takes to extract the finest flavors nature has to offer and redefine the very limits of culinary perfection. And after that, I'll find a new peak to strive towards.
What do you want to go for beyond culinary perfection? What other hobbies do you have? Alright. Okay, yeah, that's it. I have to get off and basically just get ready to go to bed. Because I got work in the morning. Well, it was about, what, 2.5 hours, maybe? Give or take? Well, it says 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I don't think that's completely accurate. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think the voice delivery kind of... It wasn't as bad as the one person in Shinlonen's Tribal Chronicles stuff, or in Chaska's Tribal Chronicles stuff. It wasn't horrible. It was still glaring to me, so it did affect my enjoyment of it. Some of the Paimon delivery was actually, like, I enjoyed quite a bit. I'll be honest about that, as much as I don't like Paimon. I don't know, there was a point where Paimon grew on me, but Paimon talks too much, is how I feel about her. How I feel about her. Yeah, Monica's fucking dead. So that's something. Goodbye, I guess. She got shanked with the jar, is what I'm led to believe. I mean, frankly, I would have liked if she got sent to jail or something, but I guess dying there makes sense. Yeah. Dragging a psychopath up the ruins probably isn't the best idea. Yeah. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed the Versa quest more. Just thinking about it. The Versa one was, I don't know. I did not expect it to... I did not expect to like that one so much, so there's that. But, yeah, I guess that's it. Actually, hold on. I am curious now on the topic of Verissa. What she has to say about Verissa. And also, while I'm here, I can change my teams back to, that.
Veressa. The fruit from her orchid is amazing. Biting into one is like being transported to a lazy summer's day. She could charge me an extra 20% and it would still be worth it. So I always treat her to a meal after every purchase. Her appetite is astonishing. It may look like she scarfs it all down in one bite, but if you actually talk to her about the food, it's obvious she appreciates the subtle details. In other words, she has the appetite and palate to back it up. I love serving food to people like that.
Interesting. Alright. Well, anyway, that's it. That is it. I'm done. I have to go to bed. I probably will not stream tomorrow. I don't know when I'll stream. Maybe Monday, but Monday I have to go to the airport. I think. Yeah, but that's... Well, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It's weird. It's... I fucking... God damn. Now's like the tease with it. Like, out. Makes me second guess how I should say it. Like, that right there. Whatever. I should stop worrying about it. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Actually done. Yes. Next time will be... Genshin? I have to do that event. Probably Genshin or Wuwa. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye. See ya.